real bracket, the 64-team stuff, that gets started on Thursday. We have 4 regions, as you know. So what I want to do here is just sort of pop through just interesting, fun first-round matchup in each region that you're looking forward to. Let's start in the South. What's your favorite matchup in the first round in the South region?
I think we have the same game here because I'm going off of what we talked last night on the show. The South has good possibilities with Louisville and Creighton. Marquette, New Mexico could be fun, but I go to, and I think Yale can give A&M a game. Michigan versus UC San Diego is my most anticipated game. It's also a matchup I don't think we should have had. Michigan has no business being on the 5 line. It's a huge swing and a miss by the committee. I'm sorry. Just there's no, you actually can't assemble a case to put Michigan on the 5. And then they get the toughest mid-major, a 30-win team. That game is going to be a TBS game late night on Thursday in Denver. I'm very much looking forward to it. I don't know what UC San Diego is going to do when it comes to trying to handle Vlad Golden, but also if you look at what UC San Diego has done, Eric Ollin's done a really, really good job. They've got a player named Ani Wana-Iwa Tate Jones. I think I almost got that correct. He will be the best guard on the floor. I don't know if he'll be the best player. There will not be a better. He's 6'6", awesome at getting into the lane, getting to the foul line, distributing. Dude is really, really good. Michigan can't stop turning itself over, and UC San Diego turns teams over at one of the best rates in the country. This has really good potential to be an awesome game. I just don't know what they're going to do with Golden because I doubt they have the size to handle him, but that's my pick. You agree?
Yeah, Michigan, UC San Diego would be my favorite first-round matchup in the South Regional. It's the team that we just watched win the Big Ten tournament, and you're exactly right. They're a 5 seed. In the final top 25 and 1 at CBSSports.com, I had Michigan number 9. That suggests I thought they should have been a 3 seed. I don't believe that them beating Wisconsin in the title game of the Big Ten tournament was factored in at all, or at least not enough. They were misseeded. They get into the 5-12 game, and they're playing a program that I think most even college basketball fans are probably unfamiliar with, but it's a program that is very high in the predictive metrics relative to teams from that level of the sport typically get. They've won 15 straight games, and Michigan, the Big Ten tournament champs, only just a 2.5-point favorite over UC San Diego. So that's a fun first-round matchup. Keep an eye on that one. Let's go to the West region. What's your favorite first-round matchup there?
Well, this is my favorite region, period. A lot of options here. I'm going to go Memphis versus Colorado State. Memphis doesn't know, or at least the exact quote from Penny Hardaway after they won the automatic bid on Sunday was, quote, "We don't know what's going on with Tyrese. So hopefully it's not the worst," end quote. He hurt his left foot, his availability, I guess, undetermined. Colorado State is on an absolute heater. It is here because of the auto bid. It would not have been in otherwise, but they've got a guy named Nick Clifford who's been outstanding. Colorado State rates ahead of Memphis in the metrics, so this is a rare instance where the 12 is actually favored over the 5 in the betting markets. I'm going to take the Rams here. It feels like everyone is going to be on. I'm actually interested to see once we get into the, we see who's the most popular 12 over 5 literally as the brackets get picked on CBSSports.com and on the CBS Sports app. If UC San Diego or Colorado State will be the more popular 12 over 5, those will be the 2 most popular. And I'm going to go with the Rams. What's your favorite game in this region?
I love that game. Obviously, I live in Memphis for folks who don't know. That's my alma mater. We'll let Memphis announce, an update with Tyrese Hunter on its own time frame, but there's nothing I've heard that would make anybody optimistic. He was on crutches yesterday. At this point, it seems like it would be surprising if Tyrese Hunter is in uniform for Memphis. That obviously makes that more difficult than it otherwise would be, but it was always going to be difficult. That's a Colorado State team that is on a winning streak and has been playing well. It's got a legitimate NBA player on the roster. Memphis worked really hard to get a 5 seed in this tournament. They'll have to play well just to get to the round of 32 because this 12 seed they're playing is good, and they might have to play them while shorthanded. But I'd go to Kansas, Arkansas. I just love the coaching matchup there. Bill Self on one side, John Calipari on the other. These men have coached against each other on the biggest stages that college basketball provides. I don't know that I ever expected them to be in a first-round matchup against each other, a 7-10 game, but here we are. Kansas, Arkansas, I don't know how great the game will be, but just any game that involves two national championship winning coaches and two Naismith Memorial Hall of Famers, that's one worth keeping your eye on. Kansas, Arkansas, in the West region. Let's go to the East region. What's your favorite game there?
Top right of your bracket, I will go BYU VCU. VCU is a really, really solid team under Ryan Odom. BYU has been one of the hotter teams, and I mean on like the short list of 5 or 6 hottest teams. They didn't win their conference tournament, obviously, but they have been playing so well as of late. Kevin Young runs some really fun offense. BYU is going to be a very big story in college basketball next season because a player named AJ DeBansa, who could well be the #1 pick in 2026, is going to be on campus in Provo. I think this game's got awesome potential. I'm looking forward to it. I will go Cougars-Rams.
I went Cougars-Rams. We didn't discuss this in advance. We just sort of identifying the same stuff. First off, I just sort of like BYU, VCU, like 3 letters here, 3 letters here.
Yeah.
Let's go play basketball. And I've got VCU in the Elite 8 of this NCAA tournament. A-10 regular season champs, A-10 tournament champs. That's a team that, Max Shulgis is a power conference level player. Joe Bamasel's a power conference level player. This is a really good VCU team out of the A-10. Looking forward to that game. Let's get to the Midwest Regional. What's your favorite game there in the first round?
It's going to be a game that I will be at. Purdue versus High Point. That's going to be in Providence on Thursday. High Point's a really good team. Alan Huss is a coach that's done well for himself, former Creighton assistant. He's going to get some opportunities here on the carousel as well once High Point season ends. They're really good at scoring in the interior, and as Parrish and I have talked about on the show earlier this season, Purdue's actually had a lot of trouble in the post-ED era of stopping that. I think this game has really tempting potential to be very close, but I will say if High Point doesn't prepare appropriately to scheme and scout against Braden Smith, easier said than done. I think Purdue's got potential to run away with it, but I think this one will be close, and I'm looking forward to that one more than any other one. With this exception, real quick, Xavier, Illinois is my pick. If Xavier beats Texas, that would be actually my top one in this game, but they got to get through the first 4 first.
I'll go Gonzaga, Georgia. The Zags have maybe the most important streak that's going to be on the line in the first round. Obviously, that's a program that's been to 9 straight Sweet 16s. Trying to get to a 10th, going to be difficult given where they're seated. But either way, you don't even get the opportunity to play in the round of 32 unless you win that first game. Gonzaga, Georgia, with the Zags' streak of NCAA tournament Sweet 16 appearances on the line. I'm looking forward to seeing if Gonzaga can look like the team that it showed in that West Coast Conference Tournament title game, get past Georgia, and then set up what would be a high-profile matchup with Kelvin Sampson's Houston Cougars in the round of 32. When we come back, we'll get you updated on the coaching carousel.